So yeah, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Unparalleled Universe. And today we'll be taking a look at the brand new Naughty or Nice. Wait, let me start over one more time. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Unparalleled Universe for another action figure review. And today we're taking a look at the brand new Bizarre World of Naughty or Nice Patch and Petor Pumpkin from Fresh Monkey Fiction. And as it was just stated in the chat, these are figures that originally had kind of like a campaign thing going for them, like a crowdfunding situation. It didn't really work out, but then they decided to make the figures anyways. And you know, I'm glad that they did because I love like holiday themed figures, Halloween, Christmas, all that stuff. And Fresh Monkey Fiction has been doing a great job in that realm. And they're kind of like alone. Like, not a lot of other companies are doing stuff like that, specifically like designed to be around for the holiday season. So I really love that they're doing this and they're killing it so far. But I in the Naughty and Nice or Naughty or Nice line, I don't think they've done any Halloween figures until these. So I'm excited to see how these turned out. But yeah, taking a look at the packaging, you could see that there's a lot of glare because there's a lot of plastic up here, but you could see the figures through the window there, and they look really good. Then up front, it does say Naughty or Nice. On the side, we get some really nice looking artwork. Hopefully, you guys can see that. It's a little dark. There we go. We get some really nice looking artwork of which one is this? Oh, okay, that's Patch Pumpkin. It says right there on top. So yeah, that's cool. And then on this side, we have a shot of Petor that looks really nice. Man, I've got to say another thing I love about like Fresh Monkey Fiction is that they kind of go all out with the photography on their action figure packaging. Um, like they don't just have weird, ugly looking typical photos, like just quick photos of the prototypes or something. Like they actually put a bunch of work into these photos. Like I don't know who they have take these photos. I don't know if it says anywhere here on the box, but um they do a great job. Whoever's doing it kills it like every time. Same thing with the Monster Force figures. They have like a lot of great photography on them. So yeah, man. Oh, one thing too I wanted to mention is I don't think you guys will be able to see the text here on the story, but I was reading the story right before opening the or right before getting on the live stream here, and like these guys look really creepy and stuff. I figured they were gonna be like spirits of Halloween, but like in a scary way, kind of like Sam from Trick or Treat. But that's not the case. These are kind of the opposite of him. They're like nice Halloween spirits. So again, I don't know if you could read that there, but I like that a lot actually. It's easy to kind of go the evil route with something like this, but they went the more like wholesome route. Like right away after I read this, I went and took it over to my daughter. I was like, "Hey, check this out. You might dig this because as much as I love like Trick or Treat and Sam and everything, he's so evil and mean. Or he's not even evil, but the movie is so like, it's so nasty. But obviously that's what it's supposed to be. But you go to like everywhere and there's like Sam has become like the mascot for Halloween. So you see his stuff like everywhere. Go to the Halloween store. What's it called? Spirit, and like he's everywhere. But he's just like it's such an evil character. So it's kind of like or such a bad, nasty character. But like I love that they took a different route with these guys. Oh, some creepy leprechauns. Yeah, I see people throwing out a bunch of different holiday ideas. Creepy leprechauns would be cool. I would be down for some big old bunnies, some big old rabbits. Smash Blaster says Sam is a tricker while these are the treaters. No, so each of them are kind of like you got to read the story, but it's like one of them. If people are nice during Halloween or whatever, one of them leaves them a treat, and if they're not nice, the other one leaves them a very like innocent kind of Halloween gag to like encourage them to be like nicer people or whatever. So that man, that's a lot of fun. I like that. I would love to have like a child's book of these characters out there in the world. We would definitely, during Halloween time, we have a bunch of like cool kid friendly Halloween storybooks laying around that we check out. But I would love to have that for these characters. But yeah, these are dope, man. I like the idea quite a bit. But let's go ahead and get these open, and then I might have to make some camera adjustments a little bit. There should be a zombie cat variant to. Oh yeah, that would be awesome. But here's Petor. Excuse me, there, Jack. And yeah, he looks good. I'm gonna get the other. I'm gonna get Patch out and then put him in the water, and then we'll switch him out. Look at that. I think that looks pretty good. Camera quality, that is. But the figure looks nice too. Are all the pumpkins the same mold? Says William Husted. It looks like it, yeah, because they all have like the little mark from the when they pull them out of the mold, you know. So they look really similar, but that's all right. I mean, the only thing is, like with those, if they could have made them a different size, that would have been nice, but that's okay. Ooh, kind of sucks. They only come with one gripping hand. I mean, not between the two or anything, but each character only comes with one gripping hand. There's some other cool stuff. Oh man, I love this axe. They remind me of James and the Giant Peach. Oh yeah, for sure. Just Plain Steve says, "Are these fresh Monkey Fiction figures?" Yes, they are. These are the Fresh Monkey Fiction Bizarre World of Naughty or Nice, uh, Petor Pumpkin, and Patch. The one you're looking at right now is Petor Pumpkin, and then here's Patch. And I'm gonna go ahead and get Petor Pumpkin in the water first. Get him loosened up a little bit. But yeah, you know, these are all based on. They're using a lot of body pieces from the Santa Claus figures that they put out. Or this one right here uses Krampus, the Krampus body. Man, I really like these. They are really stiff though. So let's get this. Got my little water torture chamber here. Dope Halloween figures. Yeah, these are cool, and they got a lot of cool accessories too. Or not a lot, but they have some really cool. Man, I like these. I really, really like these. These are cool pumpkins that you can repurpose them as pumpkin bombs for Greenie. For sure, for sure. Hey, what's up, Eric? Emperor Antonio says, still in stock in Big Bad Toy Store. You know what? I forgot to. I was gonna make a post about that. Let me go ahead and do that before I forget. These are in stock at Big Bad Toy Store, and they're not crazy expensive. They're like $80 or something for the 2-pack, which I mean, you know, to me that's not horrible for what you get here because they're really basically $40 a figure. You know, for some unique like type of thing. Give me a second here, guys. I'm letting the other one loosen up in the water. Literally, action figure says, "I'm excited to see if that lantern actually lights up." I don't think so. Jamie Park says, "You should pin your link." I am. I'm working on that right now. There you go. The link is pinned. So if you guys want to get these, you could get them at Big Bad Toy Store right there. And I'm looking at the listing now. Like I said, they're not crazy expensive. Hey, all you guys in the chat, do me a favor and go share this live stream. I want to try to get as many people here as possible. This one I'm gonna try to keep down to an hour. So this one, this guy here, we'll look at the accessories while the other one's warming up. We'll use the other one as the articulation example. I'm gonna need this link after the review, sir. I just pinned the links in the comment. Morphic says these are fire. Got the set a month ago. Yeah, for sure. Nice. They come with cool accessories too. So they have a lantern, and it does. The lantern does not light up, but it looks really good. And then they have a little book. It says something fairy tales. It's hard to read. I don't know if there's actual letters in there. It may be hard to make out, but that's nice. And then this guy, I'm gonna keep forgetting their names. Patch has this staff. This staff was on his side of the box, so I assume that's for him. And it looks really good. Oh, this I think we saw this same staff with with the Santa figures, but it looks really good. There's some great detail. You can see that they did a nice job sculpting and painting it. It looks nice. And then Petor comes with an axe. Oh, can you guys see it? Sorry about that. There we go. Yeah, so that looks nice. And yeah, pretty good accessories. Not a whole lot, but good stuff. And then each of them comes with a gripping hand for the right side. So it would have been cool if it came with two gripping hands for each, but just one gripping hand. So there we go. But yeah, let's take a look at this guy. Let me adjust my camera just a little bit. Yeah, as you could see, it's a very cool design, and this one here does use the body from Krampus, which has like the bare upper body. Man, you know what? Which that's cool and everything, but sometimes it's like, oh, reuse, whatever. But I will say they did an amazing job with the paints. Like, I love the subtle green right there in the muscles. That looks nice. And then like right here, how it goes from green to orange, kind of like a vine or something. Look at that. Look at that. I love that kind of stuff. The subtle little differences in color right there. And the sculpt is nice too. You know, like these bodies definitely work. Whoever designed these, that's funny. Like, I'm sure, I wonder if somebody was like, oh, here's the pieces we have. Can you make a character? And they're like, yeah, let's do a chubby little Halloween kind of ghoul guy and whatever. But yeah. And then the head itself looks cool too. There's like some green stuff in the eyes. Hopefully, you guys could see that. Let me know if it's looking okay as far as like the light and everything. I don't want to blow anything out. But yeah, look at that, man. That looks good. Eric says, I can't recall, but have you reviewed or owned any of the Santa Claus figures? Yeah, I've reviewed the last wave, I believe. Then he's got like this vine thing around the neck, and that's like a loose piece, so you could do something different with that if you want. And then the pants look good. Articulation is pretty well hidden. There's not a whole lot of articulation, but yeah, look at even more shading right here in the pants. Can you guys see all that? Try to move the light back too. I think it's getting a little blown out. There we go. There we go. Now we're talking. Rick Jones says Wizard Santa. I remember that review. I want to say I reviewed like the whole set, right? Yeah. So look at that. Really good shading. Oh, even like dirty boots. Man, that's really dope. So good stuff there. Arturo says, "Damn, way 2 reviews in a row. I'm thinking live reviews might be the way to go." Yeah, man. I'm telling you, they're a lot easier for me. It's a little more comfortable. And when it comes to doing regular reviews, I find myself that I've kind of gotten to a formula that like it isn't as enjoyable for me because every I'm sitting there doing the exact same thing over and over. And when I want to bust out a bunch of reviews, it gets really like it's not fun. So yeah, but having a mix of this type of review and those types of reviews and then shorts and pictures definitely change it up and make it more interesting. But anyways, yeah, back to this guy. This dude is dope, man. I love the way he looks. Let's put him in the hot water chamber for a second. Get Jack Kirby to hang out so you guys aren't alone. Ken C3 says, seeing the detail on my TV is definitely making me interested. Yeah, man, they look great. And if you don't have any of the Santa figures, you'll probably like these even more. Because for me, it's like I like them, but it's like, oh yeah, everything's very familiar, whatever. But if these were like brand new to you, you'd probably be like blown away. Probably be like, oh shit, these are crazy. Okay, so we got him out. I'll go ahead and show you guys. Oh, we'll do the articulation. We can do the articulation on him real quick. I warmed him up, and now he's ready to go. The head, is there a hinge on there? No, there's not. And the articulation's okay on these guys. It's obviously not great, and he's moving this easily because I warmed him up just in case you're just joining us here. But right out of the box, these things are pretty stiff. How big is the hot water chamber? It's a big, like a big cup. So I probably need to get something bigger. But yeah, the hot water chamber, like the figure doesn't even fit in the. I don't want to grab it because I'm gonna drop it and spill water everywhere. But yeah, so we'll talk about the articulation in a minute. But yeah, this one here has a flannel, and again, body parts from Santa Claus, like the lumberjack Santa Claus. Rick took an amazing Art with Toys. Make sure you guys are following Art with Toys. He took an amazing shot of that Santa Claus. Yeah, one of my favorite shots where he's like feeding the reindeer or lugging some wood back and forth from the reindeer. I don't know, doing something really cool like that. But he absolutely killed it. He always does amazing work when it comes to like holiday shots and just action figure shots in general. But make sure to check him out. So yeah, as you can see here, this one has like the flannel. The flannel looks really good with the green and the black. He's got the same jeans, and there's a lot of great detail on him too. Like we got a little bit of brown in here, so he's pretty messy. I like the head. I love that they both have different like color pumpkin head sculpts, and the pumpkins kind of match these little pumpkins that they come with. So that's really cool. Yeah, he comes with an axe, so definitely more of a lumberjack kind of vibe. Let's go. Let's put the hand on. See, even after putting it in water, like this is still kind of iffy. So yeah, you want to be careful. I may have to put him back in the hot water chamber at some point. Maybe not during the review, but oh, a nice grip on the axe. Oh man, the axe has like a translucent head, kind of. Can you guys see that? Wow, that's cool. Yeah, so good. This figure looks good. I like that he has like a different color orange pumpkin head than the other one. That's a lot of fun. And this one looks. I don't know. Okay, so here, let me read. Let me figure out which one is which out of the characters. So this one is Petor, and Petor is okay. Petor is the younger Petor the younger radiated kindness and innocence. Together they were guardians. Patch often teased Petor, testing his patience. Yeah, so I believe. Okay, so for children that were well behaved, Petor placed pumpkins filled with candy on their doorsteps, and then Patch would be the trickster. So he's the nicer of the two. Petor. Hustle SM says, "Way to remix your approach to reviews, Wade. Keep it up till you hate it." Yeah. Oh shit, we got up to 72 people. Nice. Hopefully we could hit like 100 by the end. That'd be awesome, especially for these guys. Um, so yeah, they did a good job with the designs and the sculpting, and I do wish that they had. I mean, I I want to say I wish they had more hands because I think there should be a gripping hand for each side, but just that. I don't want like a million sets of hands, but I think another gripping hand would have been good. A gripping hand for the left side. But yeah, this is cool, man. Let's go ahead and get I'm gonna keep forgetting their name. Patch. I think the other one's Patch. Let's go ahead and get Patch out of the water, and we'll look at the articulation on him. I think he's gonna be a little bit easier to move. The articulation setup is basically the same on these guys. The only difference I see is that Petor doesn't have like any type of upper upper bicep swivel, and Patch does. Go. Yep, he's got to go back in the water. Got to put him in the opposite way. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and do that with him while we're looking at this one. Do all these pumpkins come with them? Yeah, they do. All those pumpkins. They have like 8 pumpkins. John Myth says that's a cool figure. I've been contemplating this figure for my Halloween decorations. Yeah, heck yeah. They're in stock at Big Bad Toy Store right now. I have a link in the pinned comments. Yeah, so one thing, like I can't even turn his head. One thing is you definitely want to put these guys in some water and get them loosened up a little bit. So I'm letting the other one. I might have to get him back in the hot water. Anything else we need to look at before? I want to do some size comparisons, but I want to wait for the other one. I don't want to have, although they are the same size, but whatever. Look at the lantern again. Yeah, there's some great details on their accessories. I think again, I think we may have seen this lantern with the Santa Claus figures. And here's him with his staff. Thankfully, the one gripping hand they have are able to grip onto their accessories really nicely. That's one pet peeve I have when it comes to like accessories and stuff. I hate when characters have accessories that they're not able to hold on to. That's so frustrating. But yeah, that works fine. How's everything looking on the camera? Let me know, guys. I'm gonna read some comments as we wait for this figure to loosen up a little bit. Me Without Mew says, I just opened up my Cap versus Venom Gamerverse, and Cap comes with two thumbs up hand. Is that canon? I don't know. I don't play I never played the game that much or any of those games that much, so I wouldn't. I mean, I played them, but I wasn't like someone who was super into them. DJ Crossfire says, I remember the project failing, so I'm surprised Big Bad helped them produce these. I'm not a fan of the price though. Well, Big Bad Toy Store and Fresh Monkey Fiction are kind of like they're partners, so yeah. Starscream says, "That's pretty rad. I dig when they add stuff like that. Uh, I'm all in on the naughty or nice stuff. It's been real good. Yeah, for sure." Starscream says, "I hope that Christmas Children do get released eventually. I know they didn't fund, but I really dug them. I'm a sucker for Christmas stuff." Adam says, "More gripping hands would be nice for 48.99. Yeah, that's true. Hustle SM says, Black La Muerta is back in stock as a pre-order with $12 price increase just in time for Halloween. $12 price. Yeah, price increases are rough right now, man. And as somebody, I'm trying to I was trying to do my odious stuff, and like I'm still trying, but it's really difficult as far as like costs goes. Like everything's super expensive. Like we had things figured out, and it's like, damn, people would have to pay this much in order for me to get these out. And it's like, are people gonna want to do that? So yeah, things are expensive, it's cold game right now. 1 6 shooter says, I wasn't staying away from these, but these look good. I assume he means what's up, Trevor? I assume you mean you were staying away from them. But man, no, if you get a chance, you should grab them because I would love to see what you do with them. You'd probably take some crazy ass shots. But what's up, yo? Happy Sunday. All right, let's get this guy out and take a look at his articulation real quick, and then we'll do size comparisons, and then we could pretty much get out of here. I gotta put him back in since his head is. Winger Lou says, "Whoa, Sunday live stream, yeah, live reviews, yo. I'm gonna do them as often as possible. Don't be surprised if I jump up on random weekdays doing live reviews too." Rick Jones says, Wade, compare with the Mythic Legion skeletons. Yep, will do. I have one right here ready. That's one of the figures that I got set up for that. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the articulation on him. So um, basically, both of these figures have the exact same articulation. With the only exception is that the other one, Patch, has an upper bicep swivel. So let's look at this. So his head is on a ball joint. He's got a big ass pumpkin dome. So we get a little bit of tilt action, but not a whole lot. Side to side is good, obviously. I wish there was a hinge in there, but there's not. Even if there was a hinge, we probably wouldn't get too much movement. So get a little up and down like that, a little bit of tilt, but yeah, not a whole lot of movement at the head. But if you want to get him to look up a little more, you just kind of have to use the torso to help you out. So there we go. And then for the torso, there's no like ab crunch or anything like that, but he does have a ball joint at the waist. Whoa, look at that. The movement at the ball joint is pretty good, actually. Look at that. Whoa. I like, they sometimes companies don't want to like allow a bunch of movement because of gaps, but as the person handling the figure, you don't have to push it to the maximum. You just have the option to. So I like that. That's kind of the approach I took with Odious. That's why certain areas he's super gappy because it's like, well, he's going to be covered, but at the same time, I want people to be able to push it. And also, if you push it all the way back, you could hide certain things with your camera angles or whatever, So I like that they weren't afraid just to let this go like this. But man, this is cool. See, for me, like the lack of articulation is kind of like, yeah, it doesn't have a whole lot, but just this joint right here kind of makes everything kind of feel okay. I'm like, you know what? I like this just because of this joint. Hustle SM says ODS is fire. What's the ballpark range for the possible ODS markup? I don't know. I think the first ODS was like $85. I was looking at like 95 or 100, but I don't know, man. I hate to put out something with a $100 price tag. That's just feels whack. So I'm trying to figure it out. I hit up the factory and asked them to like see if they could do better on their prices, and we're kind of bordering not being able to do it if it's going to cost this much. So let's talk a little more. And they said, yeah, we'll look at it. So we'll see. But anyways, the torso is pretty decent, and then we get some side to side. Obviously, even with the like kind of weird shape, he's still able to move side to side nicely. And then for the arms, not a whole lot going on, but they do go all the way around, which is very nice. You could bring his arms up to the side to about right there. It does get a little tight, but you can still bring them up. No, it doesn't get snagged on the belt. Nah. I mean, unless you try to make it happen, but no, otherwise it does not get snagged on the belt. So, yeah, his arms go out a pretty good amount. And then he does have single joints at the elbows. They only get, less than 90, but that's to be expected with his sleeves rolled up. He has a swivel right there. At the wrist, he also has a swivel and then a hinge. And then at the legs, he's able to kick his legs forward to about right there, which again is not a whole lot. You could kick him out to the side, and then he does have upper thigh swivel, single jointed knees that bend to right there. No boot swivel, but his foot is able to go forward to right there, come up to right there, and then he does have rocking ankles. So yeah, although articulation is somewhat limited, it's like it's not horrible. I mean, it definitely could be better, but this ball joint at the waist does a lot for you. So if you're not familiar with these, the articulation is very, very similar to Mythic Legions. Pretty much identical. I mean, Mythic Legions are definitely improving their articulation and getting better and better. So like that statement won't be true for very much longer. Like they're implementing double joints and all types of wild shit. So yeah, this is kind of like older Mythic Legions articulation setup. So as I said, the articulation on him and Patch is exactly the same, other than the upper bicep swivel. Let's see if the upper bicep swivel has uh, freed up a little bit. No, not quite. See, I might have to. So on Patch here, yeah, see his. So he does have upper bicep swivel. This one's moving nicely. That's the only difference in articulation. This one is still stuck. I may have to pop this one all the way off. I'm not going to do it right now, but yeah. So that's one thing with these Fresh Monkey Fiction figures. The joints are very tight, and because there's a lot of paint, that probably um, seizes up the joints a little bit more, or there's paint inside there, so it's like you got to be careful. Hey, damn, what the hell? Patch is taller. Hey, and also one thing too is one more difference I just noticed is he does have a hinge at the neck, but his head is so tight right now I can't move it. It's so big. I don't think the heat is getting in there. He's gonna have to stay in the hot water chamber way longer. I'll worry about that later. But yeah, he does have a hinge up here, so that's cool. Good stuff. But anyways, let's do some size comparisons. Let me know if there's anything I missed. I know yesterday when I did the Venom and Captain America 2 pack, people hit me up like, "Did you mention this?" And it's like, "Oh shit, I didn't even realize that." Oh yeah, for sure. Adam says, "Speaking of monsters, are you getting the Mondo Clawful?" Yeah, I do plan on getting um, the Mondo, what's it called stuff, Masters of the Universe stuff. I was probably gonna start off just with Man at Arms and then go from there and see if I liked him enough to go like all in. But that Clawful is pretty amazing. Like I saw it at Comic Con, and it's got like really crazy detail on it and stuff, and looks like it's going to be an amazing figure. So I would like to get that figure, but let's go ahead and take a look at some size comparisons. The bear buck is bigger. Okay, I love the Gamerverse Cap figure. Yeah, I wanted to like that figure, but I mean, I do like it. I wanted to love it. I just don't quite love it. Eric says, I wanted to ask if you're interested in getting the Mondo. Oh, yeah. I just answered that for someone else. You did a review of some of the Mattel Masterverse. Most notably, you enjoyed the Deluxe Ram Man. Yeah, I like a lot of those figures. Oh, Man at Arms is Wave 2? Damn. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see then. No, I'll probably get some. I'll get some no matter what. Okay, let's go ahead and do some size comparisons. So here we have the Pumpkin Bros next to. Let's turn up the light just a little bit here. Uh, so here they are next to the Mythic Legions, Sir Elijah, and the Fresh Monkey Fiction Eraser figure. I'll have a full review for him pretty soon. And then, yeah, they look good next to these 112 scale figures. And then here they are alongside a couple of Mythic Legion skeletons. Man, lately I've been kind of having a space capacity issue. Like I'm running out of space for stuff, so I'm throwing away a bunch of empty boxes. And I opened these guys up so I could throw the box away, and I felt like shit throwing it away because, like, as I was putting it in the trash, I saw a glimpse of Trevor's shot of them in the graveyard, and I felt hella bad, man. I was like, "Fuck, I want to keep this, but the box is so big," and I just was like, I can't do this. I can't do this with everything." But um, specifically with Trevor's shot, it made me feel worse. So thanks, Trevor. But anyways, yeah, they look good together next to the skeletons. You get some nice like Halloween stuff going with skeletons and pumpkins and that kind of thing. And then here's a look at them alongside Fresh Monkey Fiction Santa Claus and Captain America because I have them right here. Tim Birch, what's up, yo? I didn't get the Gamerverse Wolverine 2 pack. I thought I was going to get it today, but it got pushed back to like Monday or Tuesday, maybe. Just in case says, happy belated birthday, Wade. Glad I was able to catch a live stream. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, so good stuff there. Let's see who else. Oh, of course, I have, the King Jack Kirby, along with Odious. If you don't have Odious, go buy it or get the hell out of here. You're not welcome here if you don't own Odious. Is there anyone else you guys would like me to do size comparisons? Let's clean it up a little bit. Anyone else you guys would like to see me do size comparisons with these guys? Let me know in the comments. Emperor says Trevor will forgive as long as you like one of his posts every single day for the rest of your life. I like them whenever I see them. 1 6 shooter says enabling people to keep their boxes. I'll take it. No, I did not keep the box, but I said I felt bad, but I threw it right in the trash. Well, once I saw the picture, I was like, damn, I don't want to throw this picture away. But then once I remembered who took it, I was like, I just burned it instead of throwing it away. I burned it and stomped on it. That's what I did instead. Amazing Fantasy, Spider-Man, and 2.0. No, we don't do Amazing Fantasy if we're doing Bucky Cap. You already know what it is. So here he is. Here they are alongside the Marvel Legends Renew Your Vows Spider-Man and the Marvel Legends Bucky Cap. John Myth says, "Bro, there's a pumpkin inmate on your shelf that." Oh yeah, I have it. Duh. Sorry, I have them right here. Sorry, I had them right here ready to go, and I just kind of forgot. But yeah, here they are next to the pumpkin inmate from Cool Model. And I know these figures are, people don't love them, but I love this guy. Like, I hesitate to tell people to run out and buy it though because it feels kind of weird. It's a little hollow, and honestly, it feels a little cheap, especially for the price. But hey, I love it. Winger Lou said Green Goblin and Jack O' Lantern. I have Green Goblin. I know I have. I have the Mezco Green Goblin, but I think I threw it in a bin because I broke the glider, and I like that figure a lot. So I don't know where it's at. I need to rebuy it. It made me that sad that I broke the glider that I just put it in a bin. But I have one more size comparison we'll do. Here they are alongside the figure obscura, four horsemen, headless horseman, and then over here we have the Marvel Legends Jack O' Lantern. So man, I got a lot of pumpkin figures. Do a comparison for the In-Art Christian Bale figure. He's kind of hard to get to right now. Jamie Lee Park says you don't have that Power Rangers pumpkin wrapper. Yeah, I do have him, but he's in a bin, so he's not easy to get to. Let me try to get a few more figures here. Man, someone said a good one, and then I forgot it. All right, we'll do Lobster Johnson and Hellboy, and then we'll be done with the size comparisons. Because I think these guys actually kind of work with in the world of Hellboy, right? Yeah, so there we go. Karnak, god damn you. Ray Pass says, "Dang, you ain't playing with these live reviews." Hey, they're just easy to do. Like this morning, I was like, I'm gonna do, well, yesterday I was kind of like, oh, I want to do a review for these pumpkin guys. Maybe I'll do a live one. And then this morning is like, I woke up at like 7:45 or something. Then I was like, oh, I'll just go ahead and do that right now. And then just posted the picture, and here we are. Like like I said, easy money. I don't have any Toddy Mac figures laying around. You guys already know that. So but yeah, so the scale of these guys is cool. They could fit in with all kinds of different things. If you want to put them with your Hellboy figures or your Halloween figures or your pumpkin army that you're developing or whatever, lots of fun possibilities. So yeah, overall, at the end of the day, when the smoke clears, the dust settles, and it's all said and done, I think these are really, really fun figures. I don't know if I have a favorite between the two, but they're both really cool. I love the designs. I started to like the figures more when I read the story because I thought it was kind of like, for lack of a better word. Um, oh no, yeah, no, that I didn't take it as a criticism. Ray Pass. He says, "Why is everything I say to you?" Wait, why is everything I say to you me criticizing you? I'm just giving you a compliment, dummy. Oh yeah, no, for sure. I'm not. I didn't take it as a. Did I sound like I took it offensive or something? My bad. I was just explaining to you my perspective on it. But yeah. Anyways, so these guys they came out really good. I like the designs and stuff. And like I said, I like the characters more when I read the story because it's kind of like a sweet story. And like I was mentioning before, like when it comes to, I assume these were going to be creepy, nasty weirdos, but they're not. They're like sweet, nice pumpkin people for Halloween time. That's kind of like, obviously that's not what you get out of Sam, but like when I see Sam, I'm like, he's cute or whatever, but he's a nasty murderer. These guys are like, they look a little nasty, but they're cute by nature. Cute is a weird word for a 40-year-old caveman to use, but I like. I think the high point with these guys is the shading and the paintwork on them. They did an incredible job with all the details on the heads and the little, subtle green paintwork in here, and all that looks really well done. The accessories are a lot of fun too. I do wish that they came with a left and a right gripping hand and not just a right. But aside from that, no problems with the accessories. I love all the pumpkins because you could use these for other things, and that's a lot of fun. the lantern is nice, the staff and the axe. The axe is really cool. But yeah, they're just a bunch of just a like a fun package all the way around. Like there's this is all good, a whole lot of fun if you're into weird holiday stuff. And if you like the Fresh Monkey Fiction Santa Claus figures, I think that you'll love these quite a bit. And if you've never picked up any of those figures, then these guys will be completely new to you, and they may be more enjoyable in certain ways because there is heavy reuse here, but it works for these characters. I think they did a great job developing like these guys into their own kind of thing, even though they have a lot of reuse parts. They don't just feel like reuse of Santa Claus figures. Morphic says, "How long does it take you to do a recorded and edited video without pictures at the end?" Dude, hours. It takes me like probably without without videos at the end, it probably takes me about 5 hours to record and edit a video. It probably takes me like an hour to edit it depending on the time, and then like 4 hours to record it. But that's because like right now, you heard me just say like I'm kind of was all I stuttered a little bit, right? Like if I did that while I was recording, I'd scrap that whole clip and start over. I just like, but doing it like this, I don't feel the need to go through. Like I could still edit the video when it's on YouTube, but I don't feel the need to do that. It just put it out there. It's raw. It's cool. It's good. But when it comes to the reviews, I feel like if I'm trying to put together like a very nice and clean like presentation, so I don't want it to be messed up. But I'm gonna keep doing this. But yeah, as far as these figures go, pick them up on Big Bad Toy Store. I'll leave a link. I had a link in the pinned comment here, but I'll also I'll leave a link on the actual video so you guys can check these out. And yeah, that's about it for the review.